Welcome back to our channel on this beautiful Tuesday where the sun is shining, but the drama in Los Angeles is absolutely darker than a starless night. Grab a coffee and buckle up because we are diving headfirst into the absolute madness happening right now. Brooke is walking through those glass doors at Spencer Publications, and you can practically feel the heat radiating off her skin because she is just fuming and absolutely blind with rage over her own daughter walking down a runway for her sister's company, which is a betrayal so deep it must feel like a physical wound in her chest, tearing her apart from the inside out. She marches into Katie's office and just unleashes a torrent of accusations about stealing hope, because that is what Brooke is calling it right now, stealing, as if hope is some prize to be won and not a grown woman making her own choices. But Brooke doesn't see it that way because Brooke sees everything through the lens of loyalty. And to her, Katie just took a sledgehammer to their family tree, leaving splinters everywhere. Just think about the audacity of Brooke storming in there, demanding answers when she was the one who couldn't secure hope a future at Forrester Creations in the first place. Brooke expects everyone to just fall in line and worship at the altar of Forrester, but Katie is done playing that game. The screaming match that erupts in that office is the stuff of soap opera legends, where years of resentment just boil over into this toxic spill of words that can never be taken back. Brooke is putting Katie on blast and yelling about family loyalty and betrayal and how Katie manipulated Hope into this defection. What a word to use for a business decision. In the fashion world of Los Angeles, business is always personal and blood is always mixed with ink on the contract. Brooke is standing there with her blonde hair flying and her eyes flashing, accusing her own sister of being a thief and a manipulator, while completely ignoring the fact that Katie actually gave Hope a lifeline when Steffi was practically drowning her. It is so fascinating to watch Brooke's psychology at play here, where she genuinely believes she is the victim in a situation where her daughter just achieved massive success. Why can't she just be happy for Hope? Because it wasn't on Brooke's terms, because it didn't benefit Ridge. Katie is standing there looking cool and collected and maybe a little smug because she just pulled off the fashion coup of the decade and gave Hope the platform that Forrester Creations refused to give her. So why should Katie apologize when she shouldn't have to apologize for making a brilliant business move? She is looking at her older sister and seeing the same woman who has always demanded the spotlight and always expects everyone to bow down to her feelings. Katie is fighting back hard. She is not the meek little sister with a weak heart anymore who just takes whatever scraps of happiness Brooke leaves behind. She is a powerhouse, a CEO, a woman who knows her worth and is building an empire that is currently shaking the very foundations of the Forrester legacy. Katie is putting Brooke on blast right back, pointing out that she gave Hope the opportunity to succeed, which is a hell of a lot more than Hope was getting while sitting on the sidelines at Forrester waiting for Steffi to throw her a bone. Katie is absolutely not going to let Brooke stand there and preach about stealing without bringing up the elephant in the room, because the ultimate weapon in the Logan sister arsenal is Bill Spencer. Katie is looking at Brooke, accusing her of stealing Hope, and Katie is just thinking about the absolute staggering hypocrisy of it all. Stealing? You want to talk about stealing? Katie is very likely to remind Brooke about a little thing called stealing a husband. Brooke and Bill, the affair that destroyed Katie's world and caused major repercussions between the sisters that have never truly healed. How can Brooke stand there and scream about stealing a fashion designer when she literally stole the love of Katie's life right out from under her nose? It is a devastating counterattack, just absolutely brutal. You can almost see the air leave Brooke's lungs when that history gets thrown in her face, because Brooke always wants to forget her past sins while holding everyone else accountable for theirs. Think about the trauma that Katie endured during that whole Bill and Brooke saga, where she was literally fighting for her life and her sanity while her sister was sneaking around with her husband. The hospital beds, the tears, The absolute destruction of her self-worth, Brooke did that to her. Brooke took the man who was supposed to be Katie's forever and decided she wanted him for herself because Brooke has this insatiable need to be the center of every man's universe. For Brooke to now march into Katie's domain and throw a tantrum over a business contract is just peak Brooke Logan behavior. Katie has every right to throw Bill in her face, every single right. It is the perfect defense mechanism against Brooke's self-righteous indignation. You stole my husband. I hired your daughter. We are not the same. It is such a brilliant dynamic because it forces the audience to remember that nobody in this family has clean hands. They are all covered in the mud of their past mistakes. Is this the final estrangement for the Logan sisters? You really have to wonder how they come back from this, because this isn't just about a man this time, which is usually what they fight over. This is about legacy. This is about hope. Hope is the golden child, and Katie just took her away from the Forrester fold and gave her a Spencer-backed platform. Brooke is going to view this as an unforgivable sin because she is already reaching her breaking point and preparing to kick Hope and Liam off her property. If she is willing to make her own daughter homeless over this, you better believe she is willing to cut Katie out of her life forever. The Logan family tree is snapping right down the middle, and Donna is caught in the crossfire, but we will get to Donna in a minute. Right now, it is just Brooke and Katie screaming in an office while the ghost of Bill Spencer's past mistakes hovers over them like a dark cloud. Over at Forrester Creations, the scene is pure, unadulterated chaos. The physical environment must be insane right now, with phones ringing off the hook and interns running around crying and executives pulling their hair out. They are supposed to be launching Eric Forrester's couture line tomorrow. Tomorrow, this is supposed to be the biggest day in the company's recent history, a triumphant return for the patriarch, and instead they are doing massive damage control. The fashion press is relentless. They smell blood in the water. They want to know how the Forresters feel about Hope's defection to Logan. Defection is the word everyone is using because it feels like a war, a betrayal of the highest order. The switch of fashion houses by the ambassador of Hope for the Future is a PR nightmare that no amount of spin can easily fix. Forrester Creations is bleeding out in the press and they don't even have a bandage big enough to stop it. Steffi Forrester is scrambling and, she is absolutely livid with veins popping in her forehead and her eyes narrowed into dangerous slits. She hates the Logans on a good day, but this is a declaration of war. Steffi is supposed to be focusing on Eric's line, but instead she is fielding questions about why the girl she marginalized just became the hottest commodity at a rival fashion house. Steffi played herself. She really did. She kept pushing Hope down and shelving her line and demanding patience while giving her nothing in return. And now she is shocked that Hope walked away. Make it make sense. Steffi's arrogance blinded her to the reality that Hope actually has value in this industry. Now Steffi is paying the price and scrambling to mitigate the damage while secretly plotting how to destroy Hope and Katie and everyone involved in this Logan launch. The fury radiating from the co-CEO office could probably power the entire city of Los Angeles. Ridge Forrester is right there next to her trying to hold the sinking ship together while his own personal life is imploding. Ridge is in an impossible position. He is the co-CEO. He is Steffi's father. He is Eric's son. And he is Brooke's husband. Every single direction he turns there is a fire that needs putting out. He is scrambling to deal with the last minute issues for the couture show, but he can't focus because the phones won't stop ringing. The press wants a statement. The buyers want reassurance. Ridge is just standing there realizing that his wife's family just humiliated his family on a global stage. The tension between Ridge and Bill Spencer is already escalating to dangerous levels, and this PR disaster is only going to throw gasoline on that fire. Ridge wants to protect his company, but he also has to deal with a hysterical Brooke who is currently terrorizing Katie. The man must be exhausted, just completely drained of all energy. The fashion press is a beast that needs to be fed, and right now they are feasting on the Forrester family's humiliation. Reporters are calling and asking the tough questions. Did Hope leave because of toxic workplace culture? Was she forced out by Steffi? What does this mean for the Hope for the Future brand that Forrester still technically owns? The questions are endless and they are ringing through the halls of the executive suite like alarm bells. Forrester Creations has always prided itself on being a family business, but right now that family looks incredibly dysfunctional to the outside world. They look weak in the fashion industry. Weakness is an invitation for your competitors to slit your throat. Katie and Bill knew exactly what they were doing when they timed this announcement. They wanted to steal the spotlight and they succeeded beyond their wildest dreams, leaving Steffi and Ridge to clean up the messy aftermath. The tragic irony of all this is that Eric Forrester is the one who suffers the most professionally. This couture line was supposed to be his masterpiece, his grand return, a celebration of a legend. And now it is just an afterthought, a footnote in the story of Hope Logan's massive defection. Eric has poured his heart and soul into these designs, and instead of the press talking about his fabrics and silhouettes, they are talking about his step granddaughter joining his ex-wife's company. It is heartbreaking when you really think about it. Eric deserves better than to have his moment stolen by petty family squabbles, but that is the reality of being a Forrester. The drama always eclipses the art. Tomorrow's launch is going to be overshadowed by the Logan debut, and Eric knows it. The joy has been sucked right out of the room, leaving only anxiety and resentment. The professional disappointment is nothing compared to the personal betrayal Eric is feeling right now because he just found out that his wife knew. Donna knew. She knew all about what was going on at Logan and she kept it a secret from him. The moment Eric realizes this, his entire world must tilt on its axis. He looks at Donna, sweet, innocent honey bear Donna. He sees a liar. He sees someone who watched him stress over this couture line and watched the company prepare for battle, all while knowing that a nuclear bomb was about to be dropped on them by her own family. The sinking feeling in Eric's chest must be suffocating. He loves Donna. He trusted Donna. She sat there smiling and eating breakfast with him while holding on to a secret that she knew would devastate him and his family. Eric is deeply hurt by Donna's silence, and he will say he considers the fact that she didn't tell him a betrayal, a massive betrayal. Marriage is supposed to be about partnership and honesty. You don't keep secrets that affect your spouse's livelihood and family legacy. Eric is looking at Donna and questioning everything. If she could lie about this, what else is she lying about? Where does her loyalty truly lie? Is she a Forrester wife, or is she just a Logan spy planted in his mansion to gather intel? The paranoia must be creeping in. Eric is a proud man, a patriarch. He expects loyalty above all else, especially from the woman sharing his bed. To find out that she prioritized her niece and her sisters over him is a jagged pill to swallow. He feels foolish. He feels played. That kind of hurt quickly turns into anger. Donna is standing there with tears in her eyes, trying to explain herself, but what can she really say? She was stuck in an impossible position, a rock in a hard place. On one hand, she has her sisters and her niece who she loves fiercely. On the other hand, she has her husband who she worships. Donna didn't ask to know the secret. She was burdened with it. She made the choice to keep quiet because she didn't want to be the one to blow up the family. She thought she was keeping the peace, but instead she just delayed the explosion and made herself ground zero. Donna is going to plead for forgiveness. She is going to say she didn't mean to hurt him. The damage is done. The trust is broken. Donna is going to realize that her silence will come back to haunt her in ways she never imagined. Look at the absolute staggering hypocrisy of Eric Forrester in this moment. Is Eric being hypocritical here? Yes. 1,000 times, yes. After all, he asked Donna to lie for him when he signed a contract at Logan not that long ago. He literally defected to the rival fashion house himself because he was throwing a tantrum over Ridge, and he made Donna cover for him. He forced her to keep secrets from her own family to protect his fragile ego. How on earth can he stand there now and lecture her about betrayal? How can he play the victim when he wrote the playbook on keeping corporate secrets from your spouse? The audacity of this man is just breathtaking. He expects a standard of loyalty from Donna that he is completely unwilling to provide himself. It is maddening to watch. This is the classic Forrester double standard at play. The men are allowed to keep secrets and make rogue business decisions and demand blind loyalty. But the second a woman does the same thing, she is branded a traitor. Eric wants to punish Donna for doing exactly what he asked her to do for him months ago. It is a toxic dynamic that really highlights the patriarchal nonsense at the core of Forrester Creations. Donna should throw that right back in his face. She should remind him of his own Logan defection and ask him why his secrets are acceptable, but hers are a betrayal of their marriage vows. Will she? Probably not, because Donna is a pleaser. She will just cry and beg for forgiveness while Eric acts like a wounded martyr. As an observer, you just want to scream at the television because the hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Could her actions cause a rift in her marriage to Eric? Absolutely. This is the kind of crack in the foundation that can bring the whole house down. Eric and Donna got married after a torrid affair while he was married to Quinn Fuller, so their relationship has always been built on a slightly shaky moral ground. Donna has stood by Eric through his health crises and his family drama, but this feels different. This is a betrayal of trust that strikes at the core of Eric's identity as the head of Forrester Creations. If Eric cannot forgive her for prioritizing the Logans over him, this marriage might not survive the summer. The tension in that mansion is going to be unbearable. Eric sleeping in the guest room, Donna crying in the kitchen. The honey bear magic is gone, replaced by the cold, hard reality of corporate warfare and divided loyalties. Looking at the landscape of Los Angeles on July 1, it is nothing but scorched earth. Brooke and Katie are engaged in a sisterly war that might end their relationship forever, with the ghost of Bill Spencer haunting every accusation. Steffi and Ridge are drowning in a PR nightmare trying to save Eric's couture line while the media feasts on Hope's defection. Eric is dealing with a shattered marriage because his hypocritical expectations of Donna have blinded him to his own past mistakes. The fallout from this Logan fashion show is touching every single character and destroying relationships that took years to build. It is messy. It is human. It is absolutely captivating to watch as these incredibly wealthy people tear each other apart over dresses and ego. Grab your popcorn because this sweeps month is going to be a bloodbath, and we are here for every single second of it.